Welcome to the channel. My name is Matthias. Today we're going to talk about Fantastic Four issue 355, written by Danny Fingeroth, and old school classic art by Al Milgrom. So this is a standalone story. It revolves around the Thing. And the thing is that it has a lot of really nice details to it. Like if you blast through the story, it feels like a filler issue. You get this villain of the week type of scenario, but like if you dig in deeper, you have like some really nice details about the Thing as a character. So during this era for Thing, prior to this, he had been back to being human. He was Ben Grimm again. But due to some comic book shenanigans and a situation that he had with Sharon Ventura, who was the She Thing, Miss Marvel, Ben felt very guilty over the whole situation because Sharon was his girlfriend at the time. But the thing is that she was cured by Doctor Doom, but he didn't know this and he went back to being the Thing. A very comic booky and soap opera type of scenario. Very tragic for the Thing. We are going to cover that story further down the line. The thing is that after that, we had the Fantastic Four dealing with the TVA. Now we have the Thing being back as the Thing, and he feels some nostalgia. He goes back to his old neighborhood. He wants to visit the old apartment that he used to live in on Yancey Street. Now, while all this is going down, we have the Wrecker who's trying to hunt down Thunderball, one of his old teammates from the Wrecking Crew who had betrayed him in a previous story. The thing is that Thunderball is in like this weird comic book witness protection program, and just out of chance he's going to be put in a safe house that's going to be in the same building as Ben Grimm's old apartment when he was a kid. Now, I sort of spoiled the whole story for you guys because from that you can infer what's going to happen and the rest. In the comic book itself, it's not immediately apparent. So what happens is we have the Thing, he's arriving to his old apartment building. We have all the members of the Yancey Street gang just really giving him a hard time. Now, I don't know enough about Thing's lore, so I have no idea why the Yancey Street gang hates him so much and why they attack him. I actually discovered in this issue that he was a member of the gang very briefly when he was a kid. So what happens is he goes into the building, he finds his old apartment, he discovers that the new tenants there are of Latino descent. At first, they're not too happy to see him. We have a mom and two brothers. The older brother is part of the Yancey Street gang, while the little brother seems to be like this Thing super fan. It's like a really nice moment. Now, the interesting thing that we get to see here is like two things. Like one, we see Thing having memories of his relationship with his brother, that he had done a little graffiti in one of the hallways of the building and it was painted over. But the fact that the family that lives there now is of Latino descent sort of talks about the change of demographics that happened in the different neighborhoods in New York City. Because the story doesn't touch on the fact, but it was always sort of presupposed that Ben Grimm is of Jewish descent. And the story does get into the fact that Ben had a tough childhood, he ran with gangs, and it does parallel a lot with a lot of stuff that Jack Kirby went through when he was a kid, when he was growing up in New York City. So there's a lot of really cool parallelisms, obviously, with the character of the Thing and Jack Kirby and his upbringing in New York and stuff like that. So what happens is the Wrecker finds Thunderball's safe house. He starts attacking. While during this moment of the story, Thing was having like this very pleasant dinner with his family. He was invited in after the first scare when they opened the door and they saw this giant rock man standing there. And the thing is that the Wrecker, when he tries to break into the safe house, he basically brings down the whole building. And And Wrecker wastes no time in trying to kill Thunderbolt, that during this time he had lost his powers. And I love how they show off that Thunderbolt, even though he doesn't have any powers, he's like really smart. And he's putting up a fight, like trying to stop Wrecker. He actually sets up a trap that is actually believable what he does. The thing is, obviously, the thing jumps in, starts battling Wrecker. The battle actually goes on for 4 pages, but it doesn't feel like a drag. It's like very well done, and at moments, Wrecker feels like he's getting an upper hand. But obviously, the thing comes out on top. And what happens is we have ambulances arriving, and we discover that little kid that was like that super fanboy of the thing, he was hurt so bad that he's actually dying. And he has like these last words with the thing, that he was so happy this was the greatest day of his life, that he saw the thing and he had lunch with him. And then the poor kid croaks. It's very tragic, very quick too. But the thing is that the thing, Ben Grimm, is now like even more devastated with everything that has gone down. Then in the last couple of panels, he actually finds that graffiti that I mentioned earlier within the rubble, and he takes it with him as like this, a piece of his childhood, just to encapsulate all his memories, and he just leaves walking with this piece of rubble. That's how the story ends. A story where we have a thing taking a stroll literally on memory lane, and just everything goes terribly wrong. It seems that he's like a guy that's always down on his luck, but he's always trying to do the best, and he has a lot of heart. But we're going to leave this video here. I hope you guys liked it. See you guys next time. Bye.